I've just recorded the intro and the astrological report and forgot to connect my sound. These are the lessons that we have. Okay. Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I am your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for September the 23rd through September the 29th. So welcome. If you are new, thank you for tuning in, and I do hope you like these readings and that you'll return. And if you are returning, thank you guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you for supporting my channel. These readings are for the collective. So take what resonates and leave the rest, because sometimes they can be specifics when spirit wants to connect with someone in particular. So, come back later in the week and rewatch it, because it might make more sense to you then. I get a lot of emails telling me that at first they didn't get it, and then somehow they watched it again and it made perfect sense for them. Now, if you would like a personal private reading, click on this link or go to my website. You can see what kind of readings I offer. I live to give readings. I love it. I often go over time because I get so into it. Now, I have a Facebook group, and this Facebook group is so much fun. I do a live feed within the group every 2 weeks, and they correlate with either the new moon or the full moon. And so we look at charts and we see where it falls in your charts, and then we I have the tarot card reading, the tarot cards with me, and I answer questions. So we have a lot of fun there. It's a private group, so you have to ask to be to join, and it is Live in the Solution Astrology. But the link will be below. Everything will be in the show more section below. All the links to the other videos, the Facebook group, my website, everything. If you're looking on a phone, it's a little triangle that's pointing down. Click on that and that will take you to all the links. Now, another way to support me, guys, is through Patreon, and the link to that will be here, or the link will be below too. I post things on Patreon that I don't post anywhere else, so check that out. Now, lastly, these readings come in 3 sections: the intro, which is this, the astrological report, and the tarot card reading. And there will be skip times listed below to get to, especially if you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, so you don't have to rewatch the intro or the astrology report. And if you're not into the astrology, you can go straight to the tarot. If you're not into the tarot, you can do the blah, blah, blah. Anyway, thank you. And without further ado, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading for September the 23rd through September the 29th. This is the second time I'm doing this. Bear with me. I didn't have the mic on before. Anyway, so on the 23rd, let me see, that's Monday. Yes, the 23rd is Monday. On Monday, the 23rd of September, we have the fall or autumn equinox. And that's here in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the spring or vernal equinox. Vernal stands for youthful and fresh, just like me, darling. And that's in the southern hemisphere. So it's the first day of spring or autumn. Now, and that is, listen, in the equinox, the sun is directly over the equator, right? So all around the globe, daylight and night, the night darkness are equal. It's completely equal all around the globe. Now, on the 24th, on Tuesday the 24th, Mercury's in a beautiful relationship with Jupiter. This is a fabulous day for networking and connecting with business associates. It's a great time to look. The whole emphasis is on communication. You could you will charm anyone that crosses your path. And it's a really good time to launch a social media campaign or an email campaign, anything to get your wares, whatever you're selling, your product, your service, or whatever it is for you, get it out there. This is a wonderful time to get whatever it is that you're selling out there. Now, September the 28th is a huge super new moon, and it's because the moon is very close to the earth, and so it appears huge in the sky. Now, the new moon, of course, new moons are all about intentions. What am I going to start now that I can complete soon? What is it? Great time to start, start a business, a project. But this is all about relationships. Libra is about relationships. And whether it's romantic, work relationships, friendships, family, or relationships with ourselves. Now, on the same day, Venus, which is the ruling planet of Libra, is also in Libra and is in a beautiful relationship with Jupiter. Jupiter's abundance, bigger, better, more. So this is all about harmony. It's all about fairness. It's all about balance. And this is an incredible time to go out and socialize, have a good time, connect with people. Now, what I will say is that at the same time that this new moon is happening, the sun and, first of all, we've got 4 planets in Libra, right? It's what we call in astrology a stellium of planets. So there's a lot of focus on relationships. But not only that, we have Chiron opposite this new moon, and Chiron is in Aries, and it's about Chiron's the wounded healer, right? So we need to kind of look at where we can heal our relationship with ourselves. How can we love ourselves more? How can we heal relationships that haven't been doing so well? Can we heal them? Do we need to let them go? So we really have to kind of look at these honestly. Look, Libra is about fairness. It's about balance. It's about logic, right? So we need to look at things logically, not emotionally. So when we're looking back at how we've been in relationships and behaviors that don't work, we must not beat ourselves up about it. Don't go down the rabbit hole. Look at it dispassionately, if you will, logically, and say, okay, that didn't work. What can I change about that? What can I own? What can I move on from? And what can I be aware of going forward? This is self-awareness, because we've got Saturn at play, right? Saturn is just slowed down and is going forward, but very, very slowly. So the energies of Saturn has been amplified. And that Saturn is about the Lord of Time. So it's very slow. Things won't happen perhaps as fast as we wish them to. And Saturn's the planet of lessons. So we need to look, this is a really important thing. We need to address anything that we've had on the back burner. We've been in Virgo. Virgo's about clearing things out and organizing, right? Crossing T's, dotting I's. And then we come into Libra, and it's time to start some action, to get things together, start doing things. So look at where you have procrastinated in your life. How is that going to make you feel when you start doing it? It's going to make you feel empowered. Now, Libra is about fairness. It's about balance. It's about relationships. It's about logic. And as I said, we have 4 planets in Libra. We have Venus and Mercury, and they do very well in Libra. I mean, Venus is the ruling planet of Libra, so it's come home. There's an appreciation for music, art, poetry. Venus is very sophisticated and fine in Libra. And Mercury is about communication. So there's this wonderful, and Mercury's next to Venus, so there's this wonderful harmonizing way of communicating and connecting with people. And the sun and moon, of course, have just joined Libra. This is a perfect time to socialize and make new connections. Now, what I want to mention is we need to get things done, right, in Libra, because we have Virgo, Libra, and Sagittarius. Those three zodiac signs are kind of in fall, ready for the winter. It's like that kind of energy, of action energy, right? Because in this time, back in the day, we would be harvesting, we would be smoking meat, we would be pickling vegetables, we'd be getting ready for the winter, right? For the hibernation of winter where we can't grow anything. So we have to make sure that we have all our stockpiles in place to get us through the winter. Our lives depended on it. So this was a very active time. And even in the southern hemisphere with spring, you're planting, you're tending to the animals. Animals are being born. I mean, it was a busy time preparing for the fall, for the harvest, so it's work. These are active times, spring and fall, very action oriented. So we need to get off our bums and get to work. We need to address anything that we have been procrastinating. Now, I will say that both the spring and the fall are about preparation, right? Spring cleaning and then falling, taking action of getting everything together for the winter, right? In the fall. Now, I'd be remiss if I did not mention Pluto. Pluto is also slowing down and will station direct on the 2nd or 3rd of October, depending on where you are on the planet. Now, Pluto, so the energies of Pluto, we've been feeling them. We've been seeing the change. We've been seeing the transformation of governments, right? Pluto digs deep, right? And dredges up all the dirt to bring out into the light. So we are seeing stuff like, look at what's coming up. Look at what's been coming up for the last couple of years and what we're really seeing with, leaders around the world. They can't hide. We're seeing their corruption. We're seeing their abuse of power. And we're seeing seeing them, and we'll be seeing behind the scenes. We're literally seeing behind the scenes. So we're seeing also people who are in the shadows, right? We're seeing that. So all this dirt that's been hiding is being dredged up. It's a time of karma. Leaders are being exposed, and in this digital age, it's harder for them to get away with nefarious behavior. People around the world are becoming empowered through protests. It is happening on a huge scale. Hong Kong, Venezuela, France, UK, the US, and many other countries. The social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and others make information available to us faster than ever before. So you can't kind of hide anything. You can't sweep something under the carpet. It's just not possible. Listen, I don't know if any of you saw the strike for the climate crisis. I'm going to say it's a climate crisis that we're in. And there were billions of people around the world protesting Fridays, right? For going on strike on Fridays. It was massive, such a massive event that could not have happened without social media, really. It couldn't have been organized on such a large scale. All around the globe. Hopefully leaders will really hear, but it's not. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. It's political. But anyway, I say all of this to say that if you have anything festering in the crevices of your life, you need to bring it up and deal with it. this is what happens. Sometimes what immobilizes us is the thought of having to deal with it and what we've got to do and how it's going to play out. Don't think about how it's going to play out, because then you won't do it. Just do one little thing towards it. You know, if it's like you've got to do paperwork or taxes or whatever it is that you've got to take care of, or bills, or, you know, dealing with someone that you've been meaning to deal with. I had a whole list today and I got it done. This is very karmic, because if you don't get it done, it's going to really bite you. You know, it's going to come up and it's going to glaringly, and then you'll realize you will be held accountable for what you haven't done. So taking this action will empower you. Right? It'll make you feel powerful, and you'll be working with the energies, or astrological energies, that are available to you. So, you know, it's important to just, you know, look under the carpet where you swept stuff up. Anything that's festering in the crevices of your life, get it out. Start taking action. I can't tell you how important it is to take action right now. Don't forget, we are coming to the end of a decade. This is a huge shift in energy. And all the astrologers are talking about this huge event in January when Saturn and Pluto are conjunct. There's so much more going on at the time, but it is major. So that's another story. We'll get into that another day. Anyway, guys, take action. Let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for September the 23rd through September the 29th. And this is for Sagittarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, helpful information can you give Sagittarius this coming week? Three cards for Sagittarius. I was shuffling off screen. I have to be careful because I shuffle for ages. Three cards for Sagittarius. Oh, I thought that was coming out, but it didn't. Oh, that one too didn't come out. Three cards for Sagittarius, please. Three cards for Sagittarius. Oh my goodness, that's definitely coming out. There you go. Two more cards for Sagittarius, please. Two more cards for Sagittarius. Two more cards. There it is. Oh, that's one card. One more card for Sagittarius, please. One more card. There it is. Very good indeed. Now we have the clarifying cards. I have also shuffled these offline, off camera, I should say. And this is for Sagittarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Sagittarius through these clarifying cards? Please clarify oh, too many came out there. It was almost the whole deck. Please clarify. There you go. Oh. And please clarify. There it is. And please clarify. Oh, there it is. Got it. Okay. There's so much crossover, darling. You need to check out your Sun, Moon and Rising. Okay, the first card out is the Knight of Pentacles. Then you have the King of Pentacles, the Hanging Man, clarified by the High Priestess. Then you have the Hierophant, clarified by the King of Swords. Okay. All right. So the first card out, Sagittarius, is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, look, all nights are about moving forward. So you do have to move forward. You've got to get up and you've got to go. You've got to do things. I said that in the astrological report too. But the Knight of Pentacles, he moves forward really carefully, deliberately, methodically, and strategically. He surveys the land. He's very careful about the movements that he makes, and he doesn't waste his energy. And this kind of reminds me of like taking your time. Saturn is a very it's slow. Things don't happen fast when Saturn's at play. So things will, and this is all about being patient. So we have to practice patience. Patience is coming in for us, because when we're patient, we can make the right moves. We're not, when we're patient, we know we're going to get there. We know that we're going to make the right decisions and we're going to make the right moves forward. So don't rush things. Take your time. Be, what's the word I want to say? Be thorough. Don't make rash movements. And look, clarifying this, moving forward with the Green Knight, is the King of Pentacles. And he's all about opulence. He's all about luxury. He's all about expensive possessions. But he also knows that he has to work hard in order to get, and he's not afraid of hard work. So this is Saturnian. Again, you've got to work, you've got to put the effort into it. Whatever it is, you've got to put the effort into something. Saturn wants to see you working hard, and you will be rewarded with all the manifesting wealth and riches and opulence, but you can't it's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. You have to work for it. Sparky is dreaming. He'll be going on for ages. I tried to wake him earlier and he just wouldn't, because he's so used to my voice now. He just doesn't wake up. Look, Sparky, wake up. See, doesn't wake up. Maybe he's going deaf in his old age. So chasing rabbits in fields. So this is the Hanging Man. I'm really sorry about Sparky. Nothing I can do is on the other side of the green screen. So the Hanging Man there's a pause in action here for you, Sagittarius. So things have you're being asked to take a look at your situation from a different perspective, strategically, right? You've really got to slow down, and you've got to survey. Don't be stuck in your judgment of the situation. You have to look at it from another perspective. So take your time, view it from another angle, and then you'll see something differently. You'll see it differently. And look, tap into the High Priestess. She's there for you. She's going to make available the Akashic records for you. She's going to give you the key. If you tap into her, wisdom, you are going to get all the information from when time began. That's what the Akashic records are. All the wisdom. And let me tell you something. Trust your intuition, trust your gut feeling. You're going to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Psychic. So tap into that. Tap into that psychic ability. You're going to get that information. And the next card is the Hierophant. That's about trusting, going back to your faith, trusting that everything is happening for a reason. This is like just being in pure faith and knowing that no matter what, you're going to be okay. And clarifying this, the Pope or the Hierophant is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is like the Judgment, is like the Justice card. He's like, Libra. It's about balance. It's about being fair. It's about being honest. It's about being truthful. It's about not taking any shortcuts. It's about doing things the way you're supposed to do them and trusting that everything will turn out the way it should. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay, Sagittarius. It may not feel that stable at the moment, but things are looking up. Just remember, the King of Swords has no problem putting the gavel down and passing judgment. So this is a karmic time. Keep your side of the street tidy and clean, and everything will be all right. Sagittarius, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media, friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, social media, did I say that? Probably. And comment. I live for comments and feedback, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.